For a long time, I believed something very simple. If someone stayed with you, if they kept sharing the same home, if they never actually left, then they must still care. That's what I told myself every night inside that quiet apartment. But one day, I realized something that changed the way I saw everything. Staying is not the same thing as choosing someone. And sometimes the most painful relationships are the ones where the other person never leaves, but they also never truly stay. From the outside, nothing looked wrong. We had routines. Dinner at the same hour, television playing in the background, the same conversations repeating every week. Anyone visiting our home would probably think we were just another couple living an ordinary life. But inside that silence, something invisible had slowly started to grow. A strange distance. Not the kind created by fights, but the kind created when someone stopped seeing you. There were nights when I sat quietly on the sofa, watching him move around the apartment. He wasn't angry. He wasn't affectionate either. He just existed around me, opening cabinets, looking at his phone, walking past me like I was part of the furniture. And the strangest part was realizing that he only seemed to notice me when he needed something. Did you wash my shirt? Where did you put the charger? Why didn't you remind me about that meeting? His voice would suddenly appear in the room. Not warm, not curious, just practical. Like I was some kind of assistant assigned to keep his life organized. And every time that happened, a quiet question started forming inside my mind. When did I stop being a partner and start becoming a convenience? The moment that truly opened my eyes was strangely small. One evening, I had spent hours cleaning the apartment, cooking dinner, trying to make the place feel peaceful. When he arrived, he barely looked around. No comment, no smile, no acknowledgement. But 10 minutes later, he walked into the kitchen and said something that stayed with me forever. Did you forget to buy the coffee? Not a thank you, not a hello. Just disappointment over something I hadn't done. And in that moment, something inside me shifted. I walked quietly to the window. The city lights were glowing outside, and for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to be honest. The problem wasn't the coffee. It wasn't the chores. It wasn't even the silence. The truth was much deeper than that. I had been trying to prove my value every single day to someone who had already decided I was optional. And the hardest realization finally arrived. I wasn't loved for who I was. I was appreciated only when I was useful. That night, I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I didn't try to explain anything. Because sometimes the most powerful moment in a relationship is the quiet moment when you finally understand the truth. Not every person who stays in your life is truly there for you. Some people simply stay because your presence makes their life easier, but love was never supposed to feel like a job. It was never supposed to feel like a performance you have to maintain every day just to be noticed. And when you finally see that clearly, something inside you changes forever. If you've ever felt invisible inside a relationship, not hated, not abandoned, just quietly overlooked, then you know how confusing that kind of loneliness can be, because it doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but inside your heart, it slowly becomes impossible to ignore.
Ever felt this kind of loneliness within a relationship? Please take a second to subscribe. These stories are for you.
Real love doesn't appear only when it's convenient. It doesn't show up only when something is needed. Real love sees you even in the quiet moments. It notices your presence. It values your existence. And if someone only remembers you when you are useful, then maybe the most important thing to remember is this. You were never meant to spend your life proving your worth to someone who already decided not to see it.